There is a very interesting story in the Chumash where Yaakov is traveling, and at one point he becomes separated from his family and from his servants. And in that moment, he is ambushed and set upon by Esau's guardian angel. And it's the middle of the night, there's no one around to help, and Yaakov has to fight for his very survival. And the two of them fight and struggle and kick and punch for hours and hours and hours. And Yaakov is tired and exhausted, and he just wants to stop, but he can't because he's fighting for his life. As it's getting later into the night and it's getting closer and closer to the morning, so Esau's angel, in a final last-ditch effort attempt to win the fight, strikes Yaakov, hoping to get the knockout punch. And he lands a decisive blow on his thigh, dislocating Yaakov's sciatic nerve. And Yaakov is in extreme pain, he's in total agony, but he doesn't quit, he pushes through and keeps fighting till the morning. And when the sun rises, Yaakov wins the fight and he accepts the unconditional surrender from Esau's guardian angel. And the Torah concludes that to commemorate and to remember this story, we are not allowed to eat the good Hanashe, we are not allowed to eat the sciatic nerve, even of kosher animals, till today. And the obvious question is that while this is a cool and interesting and beautiful story, why in the world does it warrant to have a mitzvah made out of it? Because there are tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of stories and incidents that occur to various biblical figures. And were we to make a mitzvah out of every single one of them, we would have hundreds of thousands of mitzvahs. So what is so significant about the story that it deserves to have a mitzvah made out of it, that we have to live with this message every single day? And in the 13th century, there was an anonymous Jewish rabbi known as the Chinuch, and he wrote a book explaining the significance behind every single one of the 613 mitzvahs. And on the mitzvah of Gid Hanashe, he writes something very powerful and extremely beautiful. And he explained that the story of the struggle is extremely symbolic because Yaakov is not just one man. Yaakov represents and symbolizes and embodies every single Jew that will ever live. Because A, every Jew alive is a physical descendant from Yaakov, a ben achar ben from Yaakov, and B, Yaakov's second name is Yisrael, and we are called Am Yisrael, the nation of Yisrael, or the nation of Yaakov. And Esau's guardian angel, so he represents and he embodies the forces of evil and the forces of darkness in the world. Every vile nation that throughout history has attacked us and persecuted us and abused us and tried to break us. And the long night represents the thousands of years of exile, the long and dark and bitter night of Golus. And throughout Golus, Jews can often feel tired and exhausted and drained and beaten, and we can feel like we're done, we don't want to fight anymore, we just want to throw in the towel and give up. But it's this story that gives us hope. It's the mitzvah of Gid Hanashe which inspires us, because this mitzvah reminds us that we already know how this story ends. We just have to hold on a little longer. We have to push through the final moments of the night, the final moments of Golus, and then the night will end, the sun will rise, Moshiach will come. And when he does, all of us, every single one of us together with Moshiach, will accept the unconditional surrender of Esau and his guardian angel. So Moshiach now, and have a wonderful day.